Hello, boys and girls. Today we're going to look at different subtraction strategies using three-digit numbers. Let's read the problem. There are 243 fans in the stands. 147 fans left at halftime to go to the snack shack. How many fans are still in the stands? So first what we're going to do is read the problem again to make sure we understand what it is asking us and also make sure we have the important information to solve the problem. There are 243 fans in the stands. 147 fans left at halftime to go to the snack shack. How many fans are still in the stands? So first we're going to estimate the problem. We know that what helps us know that we're finding the difference or we're subtracting is that there are fans that left, and we want to know how many fans are still there. So we're going to estimate, we're going to do 243 minus 147. 243 is closest to 200. 147 is closest to 100. So 200 minus 100 is 100. And so our answer should be fairly close to 100. But let's see. We'll use a couple different strategies to solve the problem. The first one we're going to use is the open number line, which we've used in the past. And we will have 247 on the right-hand side and 143 on the left, 47 on the left. Let me erase that. 243. And so what we'll start with is 147, and we're going to count up using an open number line. And we want to get to the next 10. And so the best way to do that would be to add 3 to 147. And that would give us 150. And then we're at 150. And so we want to add, we could, to get to 200, if we really know 150 plus what is 200. Or if we just kept adding tens, we could do that as well, whatever you find easiest. But we remember we want to try to be efficient. So 150 plus 50 is 200. And now I'm at 200, I can add 40 to get close to 243. And that would give me 240. And then I will add 3 to that. So if I have 50 plus 40, because I'm going to combine all the numbers that I added, that would be 90. Plus 3 is 6. 90 plus 6. My answer should be 96. So 96 fans are still in the stands. You may be thinking, I know another strategy, or there might be another strategy that I could use, and you are correct. So let's take a look at strategy number 2. Let's write the number 243 minus 147. And what I could do is actually write this number in what we call expanded form. 200 plus 40 plus 3. I'm going to move this 96 out of the way. And minus 100 plus 40 plus 7. So let's see how we can solve it with this strategy. So first I'm going to look at the ones place. So I have 3 ones up here, and I want to take 7 away, but I cannot do that. So I'm going to have to go over to the tens. And the tens, I have 4 tens. And I can take 1 away. And if I take a 10 away and put it in to the ones place, that will give me 10 more, which actually is equal to 13. So I change that to a 13 ones. So 13 minus 7 is 6. Then I have to go to the tens place. Now that I took a 10 away from the tens place, I no longer have 4 tens, but I have 3 tens. So I have 30. And on my 30, I cannot take 40 from 30. I cannot take 4 tens from 3 tens. So I need to go to the hundreds place and make this 100 and give 100 to the tens. Well, that would actually be 10 tens, which would change this to 13 tens, or 130. So 13 minus 4 is 90, or 130 minus 40 is 90. And that's also known as 13 tens minus 4 tens. And then I have 100 minus 100 is 0. And then I'm going to add these up. 0 plus 90 plus 6 is 96. So 96 is the same answer I got up here when I did the counting up strategy, or using my open number line. And excuse me for the little bit of mess in there to show you. Let me show you strategy number 3 on the other board. And that was over here. When you estimated 200 minus 100 is 100, and that's pretty close to 96. The other here. So strategy number 3, I'm going to do 243 minus 147, but this time I'm not going to break the number up, okay? I'm actually going to keep it, and I'm going to remember this is hundreds, this is tens, and this is ones. And this is very similar to what we just did. So when I take a look at the ones place, I know that I cannot take 7 away from 3. If I do, I'll have a negative number. So I need to go to the tens and take a 10 away from this 4 tens. So that will make it 3 tens now. But if I give a 10 to the ones place, it will give me 13 ones now. So now I can subtract. 13 minus 7 is 6. Then what happens here is, as you can see in the tens place, I cannot take 4 tens from 3 tens, or I will have a negative number. So I need to go over to the hundreds and give 100 to the 10. So that would make that 100. And if I give 100 to the tens place, it actually makes that 130, or 13 tens, because 3 tens plus 10 tens is 13. Then I have 13 minus 4 is 9. 13 tens minus 4 tens is 9 tens. Finally, I look at my hundreds place, and I have 100 minus 100, and I know that's 0. And I do not need to show the 0, although if I do, I can cross it out. And so my answer would be 96. Somebody might say, well, how can I check that, Mrs. Carroll? How can I make sure that my answer is correct? First of all, take a look at what you did, your estimation. And you can do is you can actually add your bottom number, your smaller number, which is 147, to 96 to check your work. And so we would add these together, and you can use partial sums, or you can use any other strategy of addition that you'd like, but we want to be efficient. And so if I add 7 and 6, I get 13. That's 10, 1 10, and 3 ones. And then I can also put that 10 on top. 1 10 plus 4 tens is 5 tens, plus 9 tens is 14. And I have 14 tens, which means I also have 143, which I need to add 100. So I carry that 1, and a 100 plus 100 is 200, and 243 matches what I started with. And that's just a way that you can check your work. So these are 3 different strategies to use for subtraction, also ways to check to make sure your work makes sense. Good luck with subtraction. Keep practicing, and take your time and do your best.